Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Constance the Reader, and today we are doing the final haul of September, and it is massive. A little too massive if you ask me. So massive that we will not be buying anything, hopefully, in the month of October, okay? I have quite a substantial, hefty, ambitious TBR for October, so there really is no need for me to be buying anything. Hopefully, you know, y'all know how I am. I've been successful sometimes with doing like a no buy for a month, but then there are other times where I'm like,
should I? Can't I? Yes, I will.
I really, really want to stay strong though, especially after everything is going on here. I've shocked myself, to be quite honest. I truly, truly have. So without further ado, let's get into the September part 2 manga and book haul. All right, so we'll start out with the few books that I bought in the second part of September. So I don't believe that you guys will see these yet because the reading vlog is still actually ongoing. So what I got at Barnes & Noble the other day. So I chose these three because I really, as I said, I want to have a pretty hefty TBR for October. I want to read, I say 90%. I don't really know what the math would come out to, but a lot more on the side of reading horror for the whole month of October. I know that I'm a mood reader, so realistically I am going to read other stuff, but I really, really, really want to. I want to get spooky all of October. So for some of the regular books, I got Sheridan Le Fanu, Carmilla, the dark sapphic romance that inspired Dracula. This is like less than, I think this is less than 200 pages, right? Yeah, it's like 150 something. And I've been seeing more and more people actually talk about this, so it's making me excited to read it. So yes, we will get into this. I've heard some people say it's really good. If you've read this, let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments. And I think that this should be something that I will be reading. Next, I got these two books. One obviously based off of the cover because it is just fantastic in my opinion. Very, very clearly something I would like because it's very pink. And that is Moonflow by Bitter Corella, a bizarre and fiercely original splatterpunk phantasmagoria of queerness. Yeah, obviously y'all know I was gonna get something like this because it's just simply too colorful and I like that. And then I also got Cuckoo by Gretchen Felker Martin. So this is the same author as Manhunt, a book that I have said I wanted to read many times since I first got it, since it first came out. Will I ever read Manhunt? I don't know. But this one actually looks pretty good. I'll read a bit of the back for you. Something evil is buried deep in the desert. It wants your body, it wears your skin. In the summer of 1995, 7 queer kids abandoned by their parents at a remote conversion camp came face to face with it. They survived, but at Camp Resolution, everybody leaves a different person. 16 years later, only the scarred and broken survivors of that terrible summer can put an end to the horror before it is too late. The fate of the world depends on it. I think that sounds pretty good. There's a lot more regular books that I want to read in October. I will be getting my October TBR out to you guys hopefully soon. I'm currently sick. I'm waiting for my prescription for my antibiotics to get here, so I'm gonna have a lot of time on my hands. So I will be getting that to you soon. But I think all three of these are good contenders. Now, I'm not promising that I will be able to get through all of them, but I think that I will make a dent in most of them. Let's hope. I also want to do some rereads of some of my favorite horror books that I've read in the past. So again, that's why the TBR will be very, very long. Yeah, I can do it though. All right, so let's get to the manga. So today, after I had to go to the doctor and get my blood taken, yes, once again, twice this month. Obviously, I had to treat myself by going to the Barnes & Noble. So Dawn to Dawn, volume 15 seemed to come out a little bit early. I'm pretty sure this is supposed to, well, on Amazon it says it comes out on the 14th. But of course I had to get into this. And even though I didn't need any more manga options for Halloween, I saw Kiss the Scars of the Girls volume 1 and I figured this looks like it might be interesting to get into. I'm sure someday I'll get you to look my way. Danger and uncertainty are common for a young vampire, which is why Emily will be assigned a big sister on her 14th birthday. Like all the girls at her school, deep within the secluded forest, her sister will teach her how to hunt and safely feed on humans. Learning to rely on each other for survival cultivates a deep relationship comparable to that between family, but does theirs have the potential to evolve into something more? So like a little sapphic vampire situation. We got a theme going on. I do want to try to break down my TBR, like werewolves, supernatural, well, it's all supernatural, but werewolves, paranormal, that's what I meant, vampires, whatever else is going on. Try to work that into the manga freakathon that's also going on that I want to do. So I'm excited for these. Okay, now, I've had so many stacks. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 stacks here. And I should have already showed you guys a little 10-second clip at the beginning of this of what everything was looking at. But we've got 4 stacks here in a giant bag full of used manga. So, yeah, we got a lot going on over here. Let's start with new. That's a good idea. Okay, because I've got 2 new stacks pretty much in front of me. Alright, so the other day, the first time I was feeling bad at work, I decided to go to Barnes & Noble and get some manga. So I got Cherry Blossoms After Winter, volume 1 and 2. I've definitely seen these several times when been out and about, and I feel like I've been hearing more and more people talk about how good this is. So it just seems like it's going to be like a nice, hopefully, wholesome manhwa. I could be wrong, but the covers are really, really pretty. So why wouldn't it be sweet? Now, it seems like they're on the shorter side, so this may very well be something I read in October, so the non-horror options, but I'm excited. If you've read this, let me know down in the comments. During that same trip, I'll save that one for later, I got Kindergarten Wars Volume 2. I definitely want to read this. The first volume was really, really good. The way that one ended, I thought, I certainly must pick up the second volume, because I like the story in general. I like that it's basically these criminals who, for a reduced sentence in a way, they are working at a kindergarten that protects children of influential like politicians or celebrities who are constantly like getting kidnapped. And if a kid gets kidnapped on their watch, well, that reduced sentence is still like a life sentence. So you may be sentenced to death, actually. But the main female character is desperate for a boyfriend. Anytime an assassin shows up, she asks him several questions. If he gets it wrong, you get popped. So it's really, really cute because there's somebody else that works there that is a man who might have feelings for her. So I'm excited to see where that goes. I want to see that relationship thrive. I also got Kaiju Kamui. I thought this might be good to read for Halloween as well. So more on the monster side of things. I'm wondering if this is going to be like a more darker, like Kaiju number 8. I feel like with Kaiju number 8, you still have a lot of humor, which I really like. Although the last few volumes, so we're getting close to the end, it's been very serious. There's really not been anything that I can remember that made me laugh, because it's really sad at this point. Many people have died. You don't know who's going to die next. Hopefully a lot of people survive, I would like. But I don't know, just looking at the cover, this one doesn't seem like it's going to be very, it might have funny moments, but it might not be as funny as the other one. So I'm interested. And lastly, from that Barnes & Noble trip, I got Ripping Someone Open Only Makes Them Bleed. The person they love is just a facade. 17-year-old Akane has everything she could ever want. Friends, a boyfriend, and all-around perfect life. No one knows that her every move is a calculated performance dictated by a compulsive need to be liked. Her flawless act is disrupted when she meets a man named Ai, who looks and sounds exactly like the protagonist of Akane's favorite novel. Can this be a coincidence? And if not, what does it mean? From Yoru Sumino's best-selling author of I Want to Eat Your Pancreas comes this ensemble drama of fragile hearts and intersecting fates. And that's exactly why I got this, because I read I Want to Eat Your Pancreas either early this year or sometime last year. Gutted me. Okay, I was in tears, as I usually am, because I don't really care if I cry. if I'm overcome with emotion, I'm gonna do it. But if this is anything like that, and this is a novel, that's right, this isn't a manga. If this is anything like that, well, be ready to watch me cry, y'all, because it will happen. And I'll let the tears flow. All right, so we got some more new releases. I got volumes 1, 2, and 3 of If It's You, I Might Try Falling in Love. Nice little cute, seemingly wholesome BL. I think it looks really adorable. All right, another contender for the Halloween season was Bride of the Death God. Yeah, a story of enduring love even in death. When a death god appears before Ivy, a girl suffering from an incurable disease, he expects her to cry and beg for her life like all the other humans he's brought to the afterlife. But she simply smiles and thanks him for coming to her. After a lifetime of suffering, and with only 7 days left to live, will she finally find happiness in the arms of a reaper? This is a story of a death god who is welcomed for the first time by a young woman, no longer welcome in her own world, a tale of love that even death cannot part. So the reason why I want to choose this is I don't necessarily want everything to be super scary for Halloween. Like, it can be in the theme of like spooky, but it doesn't all need to be like horror, you know, for like super duper horror, because I will be reading some extreme horror at some point and rereading some extreme horror. Wish me luck, y'all. But I don't know, this just seemed like it would be on the sweeter side, so maybe like a nice little palette cleanser between all of the other stuff I will be reading. All right, I got I Don't Know How to Love. I got Home Sweet Home Volume 3, which I think is the last one, right? Yep, wait, hold on. Yeah, this is the final volume of Home Sweet Home. I thought this was really cute. I haven't read it yet, but I've liked the series so far. So I've read Volume 1 and 2. I think it's cute. I would recommend it. And then, of course, we have Miracle-chan Volume 11. This is also one I have to get back into. I think I stopped at Volume 9. Maybe. I think I stopped at Volume 9. And then it took forever for me to find Volume 10. So I might just end up catching up to the series again, although if it takes so long to get to the next volume, maybe I won't. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. Of course, I got my pre-orders. I know I showed you guys in the last haul just like a list of the stuff that I was going to order, and since I didn't have it at the time, I wasn't going to really show it, but obviously I have to go I have to go into it. So I got Wet Sand Volume 2. I am definitely wanting to reread Wet Sand from the beginning. I know that Wet Sand is not over. Wet Sand is still ongoing right now, but some people were making a lot of really, really good points online. And even though, and I mean, I didn't even realize I was wearing, this wasn't on purpose, but y'all know I love TJ. I love TJ and Ian. I really, really do. But with the most recent episodes that came out, I don't think that they're meant to be. And I really, really, really like TJ and Ian, but those most recent scenes that happened between them, I can't, even though I don't like Joe, I don't hate Joe, but I don't like Joe. I might just have to accept what is going to happen, and Ian will not be with TJ. But these are just my predictions. This is not me giving you any spoilers. That's just what I think. The piece de resistance. Painter of the Night. So exciting. Love her. She's not censored. I mean, she's a little blurry in some places, you know, but I was very pleased. I was very, very, very pleased. I really do want to reread Painter of the Night. Oh, because I read this with you guys for the first time on here, and that was such a fun experience that I might get into it again. Now, I don't know if I'm going to read it physically. I might just put this on the shelf and just stare at her. But I can't wait for the second one to come out. I don't know how many volumes there will be for the English print, but I'm also tempted to get the Korean ones because I really like the way the covers of the Korean volumes look. Now, I think you still have this image on the front of it. I'll put a picture up, but it's just like a little bit different, and I like the way those look. So y'all know I don't care. I will get multiples. I'm totally fine with that. I do not mind. And then the last of the pre-orders is going to be Roses and Champagne Volume 1. So I do think I want to reread Roses and Champagne. I think I talked to you guys about that. I didn't like it when I read it the first time, which was like a few months ago. I didn't hate it. I just didn't love it. And I think I want to give it another try. I'm not saying I'm going to do it right away, but I feel like I could crack her open and go for Roses and Champagne again. All right, so though we've made a decent stack, but we're just not done yet. All right, should we speed run? Should we speed run these guys? Maybe. Alrighty, so of course I had to get Versus a Love Volume 2. The first volume was really, really good. It's like Windbreaker in the way that it's a bunch of young people fighting other young people. You know, oh, we're battling, da da da. But like, people are actually kissing. People are actually liking each other, and like, going through their feelings. Well, almost. We're probably gonna see that in this one, you know, because there's so many couples that I would like to see in Windbreaker that they're probably not gonna happen, but that's okay. We're enjoying the ride. I also got Futari Switch Volume 1. This just looked really cute. I hadn't heard of it, but I really like that art style. It's really interesting. I don't know. It actually... Wow. I was sitting here like, dude, that looks like Prison School. This is by the same mangaka as Prison School. So this will be interesting. And now I see why it was wrapped in plastic. I like when I come to these conclusions with you guys, because I really did not realize that. I hope that this is really good, because I also read Raw Hero, which is by that mangaka, by Prison School. I liked it, but it felt like it was rushed. Like, it needed more volumes to me, because like certain things were happening that I feel like they resolved, but not in a way that made any sense. So I'm excited to get into this. I got My Girlfriend's Not Here Today, Volume 5. I'm pretty sure online I've read past this volume, so I'm ahead but like behind, so really good. If you want a messy GL, get into this one, because this one is very messy. Okay, I'm not someone who condones cheating, but the mess in that, because it's fictional, I do condone cheating a little bit. I'm sorry. But it was just such a good, messy manga for me. So if you want that, get into it. Whisper Me a Love Song, Volume 9. I need to pick this series back up, because I think I stopped at Volume 3. And as you can see, I still buy them, even when I haven't finished them. What Do You Call This Trash? This also looked like something I might want to read in October, because this is about like a stalker girl. Yeah, we're gonna switch it up. We're gonna do some fun little things. This one I definitely got for Halloween, and that was My Beloved Supper. Hot Vampire Daddy? Yeah. Let's get into that. I will be reading this for October, because I just will. Mechanical Buddy Universe. That looked interesting. I got Go For It Nakamura-kun, Volume 1. I got Love a Kitten and a Salty Dog. Yeah, this is a one-shot. And then I got Beautiful Things, the complete manga collection. Yeah, I think on my Hoopla app, I think a few of these volumes are on there, but I saw it and I was like, I'm just gonna buy it. Why not? All right, a little bit of space has been made on here, so that's good. I'm pretty sure everything else from here on out is all used. I'll let you know if it's not. So I found Bloom Into You Volume 4. I read the first 2 volumes, maybe even this month, but definitely this summer, and I really like it, but I haven't read Volume 3. But since I found this used, I was like, I might as well get it. Maybe I'll find Volume 3 somewhere. I got Orange Volume 2, the complete collection, so I think I need 2 other volumes, because I think it's like 4 volumes and you have the 2 omnibuses and the last 2. So I'm interested. You know, if you think I will like this, let me know down in the comments, because I will crack her open. I also got Wisteria Wand and Sword Volume 1. So the thing about this one is that Devin and I started watching the anime, and I wasn't really into it. I think Devin finished it and he said it was really good. And much like with Overlord, I started watching the anime, wasn't the biggest fan, but I like the manga. So I feel like maybe I will like the story if I read it instead. And then, and I don't even know if this is all of them. I'm sick of myself. Then I got volumes 1 through 7 of Plunderer. As big as my big ass head. Yeah, literally, if I see multiples of something, I will get it, because I don't care, which is stupid. Considering, like, my parents were over yesterday, which was Monday, for our game day, and obviously well, not obviously, today is Tuesday, so I let my mom come in here. She said something, I can't remember, but she was like, oh, well, you know, you don't really need any more, and I was like, oh, this is what it was. Love you, parents. Thank you so much. They watch my videos. I think they had just watched my most recent manga haul. That's what it was. And I was like, oh, well, I'm going to have another one. She was like, another one? How could you have bought more? Mom, what the hell? Don't you know by now? I have a lot of time on my hands, and I will treat myself anytime I feel bad, especially recently. So yeah, that's what I got. And my mom gave me a horrified look when she came in here. She was like, Connie, you have to get a bigger house. I'm like, I wish. I mean, I love you, house. I love you. I love you a lot. You're perfect. But if you had a little bit more square footage for some more bookshelves, you know, you would be in chef's kiss. But yes, I got all of these. Don't know what it's about. I don't really care. I'm going to read it at some point, and hopefully I will enjoy it. If you've read it, let me know what your thoughts are. If you think it's one that, like, based off if you watch me, if you think I would like it. Because I can get into it. I mean, I got so many damn volumes. I can really get into it at some point. Next stack. We got... Oh, wrong way. I got... The Fairway Paladin Omnibus Volume 1. I got volumes 1, 2, and 3 of The Case Files of Jeweler Richard. I feel like I remember someone talking about this recently and saying that it was pretty good. So if you think it's good, let me know. If that was you, how would you know? I don't know. But if that was you, let me know if that was you and that you said that it would be good. I trust you. Then I got all of Mamote Lollipop, volumes 1 through 7. I don't know. This just looked really, really cute, right? I mean, very, very colorful. I love the covers. Did I read the back? No, I didn't. I just saw that most of them were there. And again, not to be a broken record, but that's really all it takes for me. If I see multiples, I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll get into that. And that's what happens. And then I got the Omnibus volumes 1 and 2 of The Wolf Boy Is Mine. I thought that this would also be a cute thing to read during the Halloween season because a wolf. Again, something that's just more like lighthearted that kind of fits the theme of, like, you know, monsters of some kind. Even though I'm sure that this is more like an Omegaverse thing. I didn't read it, but I didn't read the back. But even that I feel can fall into the category. And the last stack on the table. Okay. All right. So earlier this month when we went to Alexandria, I got the first volume of the Case File Compendium, and then I saw volumes 2 and 3 there used. Well, not in Alexandria, but at 2nd and Charles. So they had these two, so I figured I might as well get them. I think it's on volume 6 now. I'm not sure if the 6 is the last. It's just the most recent. So I'll eventually get more. I got the Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation, volume 1. I got 1, 2, and 4, so I'm missing 3 of the Scum Villains Self-Saving System. Again, don't know what it's about, but at this point, like, with these being used, I was like, I might as well get into it because they were $10 instead of however much. Basically, they were half off. So I was like, I would like to try these. And even if I have to get volume 3 new, that's really not that big of a deal. And then I also got Noblesse. I don't know how you would pronounce that. If it's a little French or not. But yeah, this one was on a really good deal because it was only $7. I said, why not? Put it in the cart. Me, I'm at the register. We're gonna have fun. Almost done, everybody. Almost done. Hi, everybody. Okay, future Connie here. It's actually the next day. You can see what a difference the antibiotics made. I will say a little update for the next day after. So today's Thursday. I feel a lot better. Still kind of have nausea, but I just got home from work, changed my shirt, but I wanted to interrupt the video to show you what I finally got in the mail. So we already knew that this was coming. Dangerous Convenience Store Volume 6. This is the final volume. I think I might be rereading The Dangerous Convenience Store because this was so good. But the big deal for me, and I really was getting a little concerned, okay? I think I mentioned I made a big purchase on Crunchyroll. All of the rest of the volumes that I needed, so basically 3 through, I don't know, 37. I don't remember, is 34 or is it 37? Something like that. Pretty close. Of Magi were available, and I finally said, you know what? I'm gonna collect the rest. And it finally got here. So I was getting a little nervous because, oh girl, you can't even get the full picture in. I was getting a little nervous because the thing on Crunchyroll website was not updating. It just kept saying processing. I didn't even get an email that said it shipped. And here she is. I saw this big package get delivered on my cameras. And I was like, oh God, I hope this is it and not for my job, because I hate when I get packages from my job. It's so annoying. I can't stand when my trunk is full of work stuff. But yes, finally, Connie has all singles of Magi. I had found the first 2 volumes used at Second and Charles, and I'm so happy to complete. And I'm so happy to complete this series. Will I have time to eventually read it? Let's hope so, considering you're currently watching a haul video that's very, very large. Now we just added this. Crazy. But yes, I just wanted to interrupt to show you guys and not have it be a part of like an October thing since I got it today. But I'm so excited. The only thing I would say that I'm still wanting desperately, and if anybody can find it, you might get a little smoochy, a little virtual smooch. I need volume 2 of Pleasure and Corruption. I cannot find that for the life of me. It's back ordered on Crunchyroll. I don't think anybody's gotten anything, and it's not been replenished. I can't find it on Half Price Books. I don't have a Kunukuniya or a Book Off near me. I don't think you can try to find those online, but the comic shops that are around here in Richmond don't have it. Online, you can't get it. I was even desperate enough to try Amazon. They don't have it. So yeah, if you or anyone you know has access to volume 2 of Pleasure and Corruption, let this bitch know. I will compensate you, obviously, and of course I will give you a virtual smooch and a virtual hug. I think that's a nice little, you know, I think that's worth it. I give good hugs and good smooches, even virtually. But yes, thank you guys. I'll see you guys in a second when you see the rest of the video. Ooh, you know what? I should have counted before I started, but that's okay. We'll figure it out later. Now comes the giant bag. And my giant bag is the one that I had to buy on the side because I didn't have enough room for everything. So I found a lot of good stuff too. So I got volumes 1 through 5 of 10 Dance. I had never seen this at my Second and Charles before, but it looks really, really, really pretty. I assume that it's like ballroom dancing, something like that. Yeah, which I really do need to get back into after school etude. I know that's about ballet, but you know, I mean, looking at the back, like looking at the way that everything is drawn, it's just really beautiful. So I figure I should probably tap back into after school etude. Was very excited to find volumes 2 and 3 of Love Stage, and I went ahead and just started the first episode on High Dive, and I really like it. I didn't really know what Love Stage was. I got volumes 1, 4, and 5, right? Yeah, I got 1, 4, and 5, I think either earlier this year or late last year. And I mean, I was just getting anything that was used and from BL Sublime. But I can't remember. Either somebody in the comments said that this was a really fun one. I think Bazaar said something about it. But I also think that the person at the register said that when I got the first 3, that it's a really fun read. So yeah, I didn't know what it's about when I bought it, but I watched the most recent, well, not the most recent, I watched the first episode of the series, and I really like it. I think it's going to be really, really cute. I think I will enjoy myself. This one was a surprise for me because I feel like I see this series and I tried to watch it. I think I would still like watching this anime. I just lost interest like early on. It's not that that it wasn't interesting. It's just that it's easy for me to get distracted. So I'm always thinking like, shouldn't I getting this series physically? And because the first 5 volumes were there used, I figured why not? And that was Bungo Stray Dogs. I can't remember who I used to follow, but I don't believe that she makes any videos anymore. But there was a girl that I followed for a while, I think maybe 2 years ago. This was her favorite series. She loved Bungo Stray Dogs. So it kind of made me think of her. I need to go back and see if she posts anything anymore. But I feel like a lot of people really like Bungo Stray Dogs, so why not? I don't want to run out of steam, but I don't feel good. So we're going to see how far we can get. No, we're going to finish. We're going to finish. Monologue Woven for You, volume volumes 1 and 2. This looked really cute. I don't know. So this is a GL, I believe, right? And they were only $5, regularly priced $14.99. I got them both for $5. So it's like, I figured, why not? Was really excited to see these there. So I found volumes 4, 5, 6, and 7 of The Witch and the Beast. I read 1, 2, and 3. I think I read it last year for Halloween, and I really liked it, but I can't quite remember everything that happened, so I might reread that series. But another one I feel like I've heard people say really good things about, or at least not that they hated it. So we'll get into that. All right, I might try to go a little bit faster because I'm losing steam. I'm running on fumes, y'all. I only slept 4 hours last night because I don't really know why. I just couldn't, my heart just would not stop racing, unfortunately. So it's catching up with me and I'm hot. I got volumes 1 and 2 of Hanada-kun. They were $5 and $10. Handsome teenage calligrapher Sai Honda is worshipped by his classmates as an aloof superstar. Too bad Sai's inherent negativity makes him believe that everyone actually hates him. A youthful comedy of misunderstanding and melancholy unfolds in the first volume of this hilarious prequel to Barakuman. So that is a box set I really want, by the way. I don't know that I will get that anytime soon, but I have heard nothing but good things about Barakuman, okay? So I am interested. You let me know if it's worth it to get into that one, but yeah, I think this should be good. Another Danmei, I got Heaven's Official Blessing, Volume 2. I got the first volume used not too long ago, I believe, so even though I haven't read it, I might as well get the second one. Yeah. I got My Only King. I think this is just a one-shot. It just looked really cute and bubbly. I don't know. If you've read this, let me know. But it looked like it would be entertaining. I got My Mate is a Feline Gentleman UK arc. But apparently it's supposed to be in plastic. It wasn't because it was used. But you know what? Let's flip through and see what we got going on here. We got a cat man. And this is interesting because he's very much cat in the face. I don't know if that would be my thing. Ooh, okay. I see why she had plastic on her. Well, she should have done that. What word is he? Is he covered in fur? What's y'all's take on that? Would you be with the Beast Man? Let me know down in the comments. I know my friend Lonnie would. She would be with the Dragon Man if she could. Dude, her hear me outs, they're very intense. I thought I had some good hear me outs, and I realized I don't. Lonnie gives a good hear me out in a way that is a little shocking and scary. I got Lost at Sea by Brian Lee O'Malley. This, I think, is just like a comic, but it was $5, and I thought, why not? I also got, I'm not really sure how to pronounce this, so I'm sorry. It's M-A-I. Would it be Mai or May? The Psychic Girl, The Perfect Collection. I don't know. This looks kind of cute. Looks like an older series. Ooh, girl. I didn't look at the price of this one, Lord. Oh, God. That actually kind of pisses me off to see that, but it's okay. It's okay. It's already been purchased now. That's all that matters. Can't be mad now, girl. At least I didn't buy two of the same thing. And then I found S-Class Revival Hunter, Volume 1. This definitely looks like a manhwa that may be complete and I could read online. I feel like, based off of this cover, I feel like I've seen this on Tappy Toon or something. I could be wrong, but if you've read this, let me know what your thoughts are. It just made me think of, wait, actually, have I read this before? Have I gotten into this before? No, okay, definitely not. But it definitely reminds me of Solo Leveling and then Omniscient. Oh, what's that one called? Something. I just read the first volume, but I think it'll be cute. I think I'll like it. We're almost done. I got A Girl on the Shore. This looks like it's gonna be sad. This one I'm very happy about because I was very pissed off. I think we talked about this in the last video. When I bought the same thing twice because I thought I was getting this one. Love Nest Second, Volume 2, not Volume 1, which I already had, but I thought that I didn't. That really pissed me off, but it's fine. I got this used, which is what I wanted anyway. She's been purchased. This is one I talked about how like, well, this is on Hoopla. So, and I did rent it on Hoopla, but I didn't finish it. So I figured, you know what, since I'm going back to Second and Charles, I might as well get it if it's there. So I did. And that was The Pet Detective Agency. I made it pretty far into this when I read it on the Hoopla app, but I didn't make it all the way through. So I think, if I'm looking at the, yeah, I think I made it a little bit over halfway. Yeah, because I think I stopped at this story, or this, yeah, I definitely did. So I made it a little bit more than halfway through. And honestly, it was really cute. So I definitely, I'm not mad that I have it. Even though I technically would have read it before, I could have continued to read it online or read it on my Hoopla app. I don't care. It's fine. Then I got volumes 9, 10, 11, and 12 of Gravitation. So they had some more singles at my local Second and Charles. So I figured, why not? If I can get all of the singles, I will try, but I've seen the omnibuses and the omnibuses look really cool. So, hey, if the omnibuses are available to me and they are after volume 12, I'll get them too. This, I think, yeah, I got all of these, and that was 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 of Spell of Desire. Anybody heard of this? I don't know. It looks very romantic. I mean, look, he's kissing all up on her shoulder. She got blush. That's cute. Yeah. That one's a really cute cover. I like that. If you've read it, let me know. Let me know what your thoughts are. And lastly, that's right, we finally made it to the end of everything that was in this bag. I was really excited. I've been on the fence about getting this series for a while. I knew that I did not want the huge hardcover omnibuses of this. They're really pretty. I know that they're very good quality, but they're huge. And I know, like, in a way, these still take up just as much space as that, but like, I don't really have any space for huge volumes like that. So once I saw, I think it's only 10 volumes, right? I could be wrong. I'll double check and I'll put the, well, it's the final showdown, so it might just be 10 volumes, but I'll put the number up. But I got all of Hellsing. So my friend Jose got me into Hellsing Ultimate. Oh my gosh. I think during the pandemic, maybe right before or right after. Well, we're still in the pandemic, but you know what I mean. And it was really good. I never finished the anime, but I knew that I liked the story in general. So I'd been wanting to get this series, and this is another one that I'm not saying that I will read this in October, but it's a contender, you know, because I'm pretty sure I have all of them. I think they're only 10 volumes, but if not, it's fine. I'll find them. I'll find the other ones. But yeah, I didn't get them all the same, but I don't really care. It doesn't really matter to me that they're not all the same, because I'm probably not going to display. I'm probably not going to display these in this room. They're probably going to go upstairs or somewhere else. But yeah, if you've read Hellsing, let me know. I feel like I've not heard many people say that they don't like this series. I liked the anime, so I think I will like this, and I think I will like finishing it. But yeah, dude, I remember, it's brutal though. It's definitely brutal. And I like that. But I wish I would have finished it. So this is actually perfect. But yeah, I think the only two things, ooh, table about to be wobbly. I think tomorrow I get volume 4 of Punch Drunk Love delivered. And then by the end of the week, if not the end of the week, the beginning of next week, I get, what is the other one? What is, oh, Dangerous Convenience Store. That's right. Volume 6. Volume 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think volume 6 is the one I pre-ordered, and that should be here either at the end of this week or starting in the next week. And then the only other pre-order that I had from that Barnes & Noble pre-order deal was the second Painter of the Night that comes out in December. So we don't have to worry about that. But yes, that was my haul. Hopefully you guys don't see another haul from me in October. I really should not do anything more. As you saw, I don't know how long this video is, but I made it. And now I need to eat some soup and hydrate because I feel like I'm gonna pass out. So thank you so much for watching my video. If you like the video, please like the video. If you like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, follow my other social media in the description box down below, and you have a good day. Goodbye.